Now what the hell do you think you're doing with that tin star, boy?
Watch that boy shit, redneck. You talking to the sheriff of Rock Ridge.
Not every movie that makes the whole theater roar with laughter is a happy one. In 1974, when Hollywood was greedy for power, drowning in violence and terrified of change, a fearless filmmaker named Mel Brooks blew apart every barrier with Blazing Saddles, a wild comedy that mocked racism and poked fun at Hollywood itself. America laughed, but the cast lived in fear because behind the jokes were tears, bruises, and threats delivered straight to their homes. A comic punch knocked one actor unconscious. A seemingly playful dance drove an actress off set in tears. And the first black man to lead a Western faced the fury of an entire generation of moviegoers. Blazing Saddles was not just a comedy. It was a dangerous gamble. Every actor who joined paid a painful price. Their pride, reputation, and sometimes their safety. And here is why so many of them came to regret it, deeply beginning with Madeline Kahn, who became famous for playing Lily von Stupp, a seductive comedic icon, yet behind the laughter, she was trapped in a quiet nightmare Mel Brooks wanted satire. But the 70s did not care where comedy stopped and exploitation began. She was constantly told to show more skin, to smile bigger, to look more seductive, and with each take, she felt like she was losing herself. The lights were so harsh she cried secretly between scenes, and after every laugh from the audience, she felt a sting of shame. She once said she loved making people laugh but hated sacrificing her comfort to do it. Blazing Saddles made her a star and left a scar. Next was Cleavon Little, the bold hero Sheriff Bart. While audiences cheered his performance, hate followed him home. Death threats poured in, telling him he had ruined American Western strangers, threw bottles and slurs at him. And at night, he slept with the lights on, terrified even as people laughed in theaters. His heart pounded with fear. Gig Young arrived hoping for a triumphant comeback, but the grip of real alcoholism brought him crashing. Down he collapsed on set, shaking, unable to perform, and was replaced that very day. The movie soared while his life spiraled into darkness. Gene Wilder, meanwhile, walked into the role of the Waco Kid, with no script, no preparation, and no sleep risking. His whole career in blind faith. His exhaustion became the perfect performance. But he later confessed that if he had failed, he might never have acted again. Then there was Mel Brooks himself, the mastermind who regretted making a film he never dared to repeat. He pushed every taboo and terrified the studio censors, called him dangerous executives, threatened to ban the film, and even after its success, he admitted he did not have the courage to make it again. Alex Karras punched a horse in a gag that made audiences cry with laughter. But the horse was actually hurt, and that guilt haunted him for years. Harvey Korman was brilliant as Hedley Lamar, but success became a curse. His dreams of serious drama died. The world only wanted his comedy. Slim Pickens gave a powerful dramatic performance because no one told him it was a comedy. When he heard audiences laughing at moments he took seriously, he felt betrayed and humiliated. Dom DeLuise nearly injured himself during the chaotic musical finale, yet critics brushed the scene aside like a silly joke. While he remembered the bruises, the cuts, and how much he had given the supporting cast, also paid a hidden cost. Many were told to say hateful slurs and offensive lines that followed them into their real lives. People believed the worst of them. They were shamed and even lost work, all because they played a role in a film that pushed boundaries too far behind. The unforgettable moments were bizarre truths. The first fart scene ever in mainstream cinema became a comedy milestone. The singer of the theme song, Frankie Laine, had no idea it was a comedy, and his serious tone made it even funnier. Richard Pryor co-wrote the movie, but the studio refused to let him star in it. The movie almost got slapped with an X rating for daring to joke about racism, sexuality, and religion, and Mel Brooks secretly played 3 separate roles that fans only discovered years later. Blazing Saddles was banned in some places, praised in Others, and decades later, it is still loved and debated. Not because it was safe, but because it was fearless. It exposed how laughter sometimes requires real pain. Madeline cried, Cleavon feared for his life. Gene risked everything. And Mel realized he had crossed a line that could never be crossed again. Blazing Saddles showed the world that comedy can be truth, wrapped in laughter. And sometimes the price of making people laugh is carving a painful mark on your own soul if you believe in uncovering untold Hollywood stories. Let me know in the comments, who do you think paid the highest personal price in Blazing Saddles? And do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, so you never miss the truth behind the movies that shaped Hollywood. Forever.